So if I just bought a brand new 2027 Honda HR-V, these are the 3 settings that I would change before I even left the dealership. They're quick, they're free, and they'll make your everyday life in the HR-V just a little bit better. So stick around as I go over all those and one bonus feature where I show you how to unlock your touchscreen and take advantage of apps you wouldn't normally be able to. So let's hop on in. So if you're anything like me, you get out of your car and you start to head into work or the grocery store, or maybe you're running errands and you get about halfway in and then you go, oh my God, I don't know if I locked the doors of the car. And then what do you gotta do? You gotta walk all the way back and you gotta get your key fob out and you gotta start hitting buttons and try to get things to light up or honk. You don't have to do all that. You can set it to where when you get 10 feet from the car with the key, it'll automatically lock the doors. Let me show you how. All right, so to set this up, we're gonna wanna go into vehicle settings. So that's over here on the left side. We're gonna jump in there. When we get in there, we wanna go to door setup. It's gonna be a handful of them down. Now, when we get into door setup, we wanna scroll down 3 and go to walk away auto lock feature. This feature is turned off from the manufacturer, so if you just bought the car, it's never gonna be on. You're gonna wanna jump in here, and then you're gonna wanna turn it on. So related to door locks, this car has what's called smart key entry, and what that means is, if you have this in your pocket, you can walk up, put your hand on the door handle, and it'll automatically unlock this door for you. But what it doesn't do is unlock all of your passenger doors, but you can set that up. Let me show you how. All right, so to make those changes to the automatic door unlock settings, we're gonna go to vehicle settings. Now, when we get in here, we wanna go down to keyless access setup. Now, when you jump to keyless access setup, it's gonna be door unlock mode, this first option. When you get in here, it's the first option is currently set. That's driver's door only. If it applies to your lifestyle, know that you can change this to all doors as well. We've talked about door locks, but now I wanna talk to you about exiting the car and unlocking the door, because there's this really interesting but kind of silly situation that happens. Have you ever been in the car with somebody and the driver goes ahead and stops and you wanna start getting out ahead of time, except you're yanking on the door handle and nothing's happening, and that's because the way it's set up, you have to manually do this to unlock it to be able to get out of the car? Well, the way Hondas are set up, until the driver opens their door, all the remaining doors will be locked. However, you can change that setting. Let me show you how. So to affect how the car unlocks the doors, we're gonna go into vehicle settings. Now, when you get into vehicle settings, you wanna scroll down to door setup. Now, when we get to door setup, you're gonna scroll down until you see auto door unlock. We want to select that. So the current default setting is when the driver opens their door, it then unlocks remaining doors of the car. Now you can change this, a couple different options. When you shift to park, it can automatically unlock the doors. You can set it when you turn the ignition off, it then unlocks all the doors. Or you have the ability to turn this feature off. So you can pick what works best for your lifestyle and your family. So the Honda HR-V has a lot of safety features, and some of them are active. They're called the Honda Sensing Suite. Now, what that means is that there's all these beeps and these alerts and these vibrations and things that can happen to let you know and prevent accidents. However, that can be overwhelming. So let me explain what some of those features are, and then I'll explain how you can affect them. So on the car, if you come up here, you're gonna see a little trapezoid cutout up here in the windshield. There's a camera up here. That camera can be used for a couple features. The first is gonna be lane keep assist. It's a feature designed to keep you centered in your lane. If you start to drift to the left or the right, it can actually correct for you and center you in the lane. The second thing it's used for is road departure mitigation. If you're over here and you're driving on the shoulder of the road, right, on the far lane, and you start to drift out of your lane, it can actually give you an audible alert and vibrate the wheel to say, hey, wake up, pay attention. Now, additionally, there is radar that's down in the grille. The radar is used for a couple different features as well. The first is collision mitigation braking. So if you're driving on the road and it's looking like you might rear into a car because they've slowed way down, first it can give you an alert, right, a forward collision warning alert, and then can actually apply the brakes to help prevent the accident. Now, on top of that, there's adaptive cruise control. So if you're going 65 down the highway and a car is in front of you and they're going 65 and then they slow down to 55, it can bounce radar off to detect it, keep designated space that you pick, can slow you down and then take you back up to the speed that you want to be going. That's a whole lot of features. And with a whole lot of features means there's a lot of alerts and there's a lot of different settings, and one could be more touchy and one could be less touchy. You can affect those. Let me show you how. All right, so it affects some of those sensitivity levels and to turn some of those beeps on and off, we're gonna come into vehicle settings. Now, when we get into vehicle settings, we're gonna go to driver assist system setup. All right, so the first one is forward collision warning distance. So that's when you're looking like you're gonna rear into another car, it can give you an audible alert and then apply the brakes to help prevent you from rear-ending them. Now, when you come in here, you can affect the sensitivity level. So you can leave it at normal, you can shorten it up, right? So where it doesn't pick up things as often, or you can lengthen it out to where it'll pick up things further away. The next setting we're gonna go to is the adaptive cruise control forward detect beep. Right, so when it detects a car out in front of you, it'll give you a beep to let you know, hey, it's picked up that car and is now doing it. You can turn this beep on and off from this set. Now, the next one down is road departure mitigation settings. So if you jump into this guy, this is where you can affect the sensitivity level, right? So if you start to drive a little bit off the side of the road, right, it can give you that audible alert and that vibration of the wheel. You can affect how sensitive it is. So whether you want normal, you want to widen it out, or you want to narrow it up. or if you just want a simple warning, you don't want the vibration of the wheel. Now, the next one is for lane keep assist. That's the one that uses the camera up there by the rearview mirror to detect the lines and keep you centered if you drift to the left or the right. Anytime it can't pick up those lines, right, it's going to suspend the system. It can give you an audible alert to let you know that, hey, it's not currently reading those lines. You can turn that audible alert on and off. Now, this last one is related to the blind spot monitoring system. In your side mirror, you have a small icon that'll light up if somebody's in your blind spot, right, to help protect you from having to look over your shoulder and looking away from the road. It'll light up anytime somebody's there. And if you start to put your blinker on to get over and there is somebody there, it can give you an audible alert. So if you come in here, so you have the audible alert and the visual alert in the mirror, or you can set it to just the visual alert in the mirror. Now, the next settings that I would change are going to be related to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So I'm using a Google Pixel 10 XL, so I'm using the Android-based system, but this will work for both. I want to show you a couple things that you should add or know that you can change. The first is going to be related to your home screen. The GPS is currently on the left side. Know that you can switch these two. If you want to switch the location of it, all you have to do is come down to your settings. When you get to settings, you're going to want to go to change layout. You're going to scroll down here until you see that change layout button. When you select that, you can move your media closer to you. So if you prefer it to be that way, now when you open this up, media will be here and your GPS will be over there. So understand you can always change these. Now, the next part to this that I think is super cool is there's custom actions you can set up. Now, what that means is you can set up a custom action to where if you touch it, it'll automatically start calling a person. So you can see that it's calling me right now. The second one that you can do that I really like is you can set it to do a custom action to take you to a place. So if you're constantly in your car and you need to find a gas station, or maybe you're a coffee drinker and you want Starbucks, it'll pull up and show you which ones are in the location. So if I select Starbucks, for example, it fills in the prompt automatically for me. It's then going to open Google Maps and it's going to run that search.
The closest option is the Starbucks on South Interstate 35 Frontage Road.
It presents all the options to me and then allows me to select one. This is super cool because if you're driving around and you're not familiar with where you're at, and maybe you need a gas station, maybe you need a bank, right? Maybe you need Starbucks, whatever that place is that you want to go to, know that you can set up these custom actions. Now, you can use this for more than just taking you immediately to a place. Custom actions are any voice command that you want to use using like Gemini, right? Let me show you how to set these up. So to set these up, we're going to scroll down and we are going to go to customize. Now, when we get to customize, this is the same place where you can affect the order of all these apps. So if you want to change the order of them, know you can do that here. So when I touch customize, it is going to launch my customized launcher. Now, if you're an Apple user, it's going to be very similar, but just a little bit different. So the first thing I can do is if I want to rearrange the order of things, right? I can start moving things around, right? So if I want to change this order, I can do that. The second part is those custom actions. How do I set them up? So the first one I'll show you. If you want to make it to where you can call a contact, it's going to open it up. You just go select your contact, boom, and then it'll drop them in, and then you're just going to put them in the order you want. Now, the second part is those Gemini actions, right? So I'm going to come in here. Now you're going to see a Gemini action down here. I'm going to select it. Now it's going to prompt me say, what command do you want to put in? So for the sake of this, I may say something like directions to nearest Wells Fargo. And then after that, it's going to want me to label it Wells Fargo. Once you've labeled whatever your action is, you have the option to test the command to make sure it works. Or if you're sure that it'll work, you can just hit create the shortcut. Now, when you create that shortcut, it's going to add it, but it's going to drop it down at the very bottom of the screen. So you're going to have to drag that thing all the way to the top, right? So you're going to get it wherever you want it, right? So let's say I want that to be my very first option. I'm going to set that up. Now, for all of these changes that take place, right? The action that I just added and any of the customization as far as the order of these apps, I'm going to have to disconnect and reconnect. So you can turn your car off, or if it's a wired connection, disconnect and plug back in, however you want to do it. Okay, so we've disconnected and reconnected back up. Now, if I jump into those custom actions, you're going to see that Wells Fargo is one, Justin Fuller, Whataburger, Sonic, so forth. So the order has changed and my new action has added. So if I touch my new action, it's going to pull up. It's now filling in the prompt for me. It's pulling up Google Maps, and it's going to run that search to find it.
The option is Wells Fargo Bank on East Ben White Boulevard, or you could go to the location on South Pleasant Valley Road. Would you like directions to the first one?
And there you go. This last bonus feature is more of a tool that you can take advantage of, especially if you spend a lot of time in your car. So I'm using a box that unlocks my screen. So you can see right now I have Prime Video pulled up and I'm able to watch it. So if I want to jump in and watch something, whether I'm sitting still or if I was taking a long road trip, I could have a show on and let my passengers watch it as we head down the road. But more importantly, when I come in here, right, I can scroll through, I can go into the Play Store and download any app that I want. So if I want YouTube Music, I can have it. If I want YouTube TV, I can have it. If I want Prime Video, I can have that. If I want Netflix, if I want TikTok, VLC, you name it, I have the ability to access my email, Teams, any app that I want, I can go into the Play Store or the Apple Store and simply download it and use it. This specific box is made by Carling Kidd. This is the CPC 200T box, which is in tiny little letters right there. I'll throw it in a link down in the description so you can check it out. Super cool box. It'll allow you to take advantage of Prime Video, Netflix, any of your streaming services. I really like that about it. The other thing that I really like is if I'm in something like Spotify, where I'm at right now, if I go to a search, it allows me to run searches and type them in at any time. It doesn't force me to use the voice command if I'm driving down the road. So if you have the windows down, or you talk really fast, or you slower, and I do all of those things, it makes it really hard for me to run searches inside of Spotify. If I'm in Spotify, I can go to an artist. Now, not only does it affect that search feature, but then when I get into an artist, it gives me the full version of the app. So what I mean by that is if you've ever opened this up on like your laptop or on your phone, you'll have your liked songs, right? Your popular songs. But then when you keep scrolling further down, you're gonna have artist picks. You're gonna have popular releases. You're gonna have things that they're featured on. And you can even watch clips of that particular artist. So you're getting the full version of apps. So I really like this because it gives me the full version of the apps that I might already have access to on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So while this necessarily isn't a setting that you change, it is a tool that you can take advantage of. So if you find yourself in the car lot because you're dropping off kids, taking a lot of road trips, or you just commute a lot, know that things out there like this exist. If you're interested in this, I've made a full video where I review this, and I've reviewed actually several other boxes like this. So if it's something you're interested in, feel free to check that out on my channel. Other than that, if you're interested in this specific unit, I'll throw a link down in the description to view it on their website. And of course the cost, and know that I'm an affiliate so I can save you a couple bucks. So if you do decide to go down that road and purchase one, let me save you a few dollars while you do it. All right, so there we have it. There's 3 different settings that I would change if I bought an HRV immediately. If you want to learn about some other settings and different tips and tricks on the Honda HRV, know that I've made a video that has almost 20 different tips and tricks. I'll throw the link in the video down in the description. Other than that, hopefully you liked the box. Pretty cool idea. Carling Kit makes this. If you're interested in one, I'll throw the link down in the description. Feel free to check that out as well. If you ever want to win anything, kind of like this box, I do giveaways. I actually just gave away a wireless CarPlay adapter. Go over to my Instagram page. I hope that you'll check that out. That's always where I'm going to do my giveaways, so feel free to follow me so that you'll get updates on that. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Later, guys!